Hey guys, I'm Saurabh, welcome to the channel. Today in this video, I will be talking about the most powerful, the most effective tool in Lightroom, that is Range Mask. What is exactly Range Mask and how to use it, why to use it, everything will be covered in this particular video. I'm 100% sure this tool will level up your editing game. I'm very excited for this, so without wasting any time, let's get started. When it comes to Lightroom, there are basically two steps to edit an image. First is Global Edit, which affects the overall image, and second is a selective edit which affects a part of the image. We are going to focus on the selective edit. In Lightroom, you have graduated filter, radial filter and a brush. Let's start with the graduated filter. I want to make some changes to the sky. I will reduce the highlights, add a bit of saturation, make it a bit warmer, a bit of clarity and reduce the exposure a bit. If I click on Show Selected Mask Overlay, you can see the sky and the mountains both are selected, but we only want to select the sky. You can use the brush option inside the graduated filter and remove the mountains manually, but it will take a lot of time and it can be inaccurate. So to solve this issue, we are going to use Range Mask. Range Mask is basically used to make an advanced selection. There are two types of Range Mask, color and luminance. Which one to use depends on the images. Here, the mountains are dark and the sky is bright. So if we want to make a clear selection, luminance, that means brightness, is the better option. Now, we have two sliders, range and smoothness. In the range, the right part belongs to the bright areas and the left belongs to the darker areas. I'm going to hold Alt and start moving the left marker to the right since we want to select the brighter part. As I am moving to the right, you can see certain parts in white and certain parts in black. The areas that are in white are selected and the areas that are in black are not. I can click on Show Luminance Mask and it will show us exactly what is selected and what is not. Whatever changes that we make will only be applied to this particular selection. Let me make some drastic changes so that you can see it clearly. The second slider is the smoothness slider, which is basically feathering. It makes the selection a bit softer and it looks realistic. We can do the same thing for the darker parts as well. I will use another graduated filter. I will increase the exposure a bit and also a bit of shadows. Select Range Mask, Luminance, and now instead of going from left to right, we are going to go from right to left since we are selecting the darker areas. Another way of selecting is to use the eyedropper tool. You can either click or drag to make a selection and the range will be adjusted for you. So with two graduated layers and Luminance Range Mask, the image already looks a lot better. We use Luminance Range Mask because the areas were different in terms of brightness. The mountains were a lot darker than the sky, so the separation was easy, which always is not the case. In this image, I want to reduce the clarity and texture to soften the water. I'm going to use a radial filter. Click on Invert to select the inside area and reduce the clarity and texture. Everything inside the circle, including the leaves, are also getting affected, which we do not want. I will use the Luminance Range Mask since the water is brighter compared to the surrounding areas. The issue here is part of the leaves are also being selected because they are also a bit bright. I'll fix that manually with the help of the brush. Go to the brush option, hold Alt and remove the areas I don't want to get affected. There will be a lot of images where the separation won't be very obvious and you have to tweak the selection manually, but the Range Mask will make the job a lot easier. This was all about Luminance Range Mask. Next, we are going to focus on Color Range Mask, which is also super interesting, but before that, it's time to thank the sponsors of the video, and that is Skillshare. You might already know what Skillshare is, and if you don't, Skillshare is an online learning platform. You want to know how to be productive, how to take photos, videos, how to edit them, how to draw, animate. There are a lot of different classes belonging to different genres. I completed a course by Trashan recently on street photography and I found it very interesting. In this course, he talks about how he creates a lookbook for different brands. He shares his complete workflow and I got to learn a lot of things from this course. You want to learn something new, you want to upgrade your skills, I would definitely recommend Skillshare. The link is in the description below. Good news is, the first 1000 people to click on the link, you get a free Skillshare trial membership for a month. Talking about the color range mask, as the name suggests, the selection is made based on the color. Let's open this image and I want to tweak the sky a bit. The reason I'm going with the color range mask is I don't want to select the tree which is green in color and only the sky which is blue in color. This is a very good option to use when there's good color contrast in the image. I'm going to use a graduated filter. Nothing fancy, just reduce the highlights, increase a bit of clarity and also saturation. The reason again I'm doing drastic changes is you could see them clearly. Now, as I said, the issue is the tree is also getting affected. So, use range mask, color, use the eyedropper tool and click on the color you want to select. If you want to add multiple colors or multiple shades of colors, hold shift and click and that will be added to the selection. Since there are different shades of blue and aqua in the sky, I'll make sure I select them as well. And now the edits are only going to affect the sky and not the tree. If I zoom in, you can see the selection is on point. Doing this manually with the help of the brush would be very time consuming. Now think of amount as a smoothness slider. As you increase it, it will start filling the gaps. You can have a lot of fun with color range mask. Let's say I want to change the color of something. You can do that too. In this image, I want to change the color of the dress. I will use a radial filter, select invert, and now I will use color range mask and select the color of the dress. As you can see, it has made a perfect selection just with a single click. Now I can change the hue and change the color. It is that simple. Once you understand the basic concept of range mask and you start practicing, you will realize how powerful this particular tool is. This is one of my favorite features of Lightroom and I've been using it a lot. That's it from this video guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this video was helpful and if it did, press the like button. New to the channel, for more such content, subscribe to the channel. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.